and thank you so much for joining us on another edition of Downtown Rotary Connects. We are here with the woman whose smile can light up a room, Loren Westerfield. Thank you for joining us. And you,
thank you so much.
Yeah, you guys might recognize this beautiful, beautiful face. She is on the registration committee for Downtown Rotary, and she welcomes everybody when they come into the meeting. How have you been doing?
Trying not to go stir crazy. I'm a very social person, as you probably guessed when I greet everybody at that front desk, and so being stuck at home and not able to get out into my wonderful community has been really hard, but nice to be around the family and the kids a little bit more than usual.
Yeah, and I just love you. You are just a joy. You just beam happiness, and that's why I just love being around you, and I totally miss you and the rest of the club. But today we're talking about something that's extremely dear to your heart. It's the USO. You are actually the director of the USO in Houston. Also, just a few little tidbits about Loren. She is from Chicago. But she did say, I came to Houston as fast as I could. She's a University of Kentucky grad, where she attended on a full scholarship through the Army ROTC. So has the military just been always a fixture in your life?
So I had no idea anything about really the military. My grandfathers were in World War II era, but nobody in my immediate family growing up had been in the military. And so joining the Army was my way of figuring out how to pay for college. And I had been a varsity athlete, so I figured I could do some push-ups and run. And I didn't really know what I was getting myself into at the Army, but it was great. It was great for me to learn leadership skills, and of course, I love serving our country and serving alongside some really amazing people throughout my career.
Well, we have to tell you, thank you so much for your service, because your bravery, it just astounds me that it just signed up to do that. That's just amazing to me. So as you said, you went to the Army and you served in the Army. Did that help you transition into the USO, and why did you decide to help in the USO?
Great question. So after my active duty time with the 101st Airborne Division out of Fort Campbell, I did a couple of different things. You know, I basically say that I tried to fail forward. I wasn't really sure what I wanted to do. My husband just got off a deployment, and I did some work in the oil and energy sector as a project manager. I had done a few other things with promotional products, and I even taught some ROTC classes at Western Kentucky before I moved to Texas. And after serving in that oil and energy business, I really just felt like I wanted to get back to my roots with the Army of serving and that selfless service. And so when the opportunity for the position with the USO came open, I jumped on it and was so grateful that it'll be 5 years in September that I've been here with the USO.
Oh, that's amazing. So for anybody who doesn't know, what does USO stand for, and what is your mission?
So the USO actually stands for United Service Organization. So it started in 1941 with 6 organizations that came together to bring travel and entertainment support to the troops as they got ready to push out to World War II. And our mission is to strengthen America's military service members by connecting them to family, home, and country throughout their service to the nation. So we serve active military and their families, so active duty, National Guard, reserves, every family member that's a dependent. That's who the USO is focused on serving.
That's just incredible. So what is it exactly that you do? What kind of programs do you offer to help active duty service men and women? and their dependents?
So we're a worldwide organization. So I'll start with that. Just from the moment that they swear in at a MEPS, a military entrance processing station, which we support here in Houston, all the way through all of the airports, the major airports and duty stations across the country, through basic training, overseas in places like Korea, Japan, Germany, Iraq, Afghanistan, Djibouti, Africa, so across the world, literally anywhere that we have service members. And then also entertainment support. So I'm sure you guys have seen Bob Hope type entertainment, or some of the awesome American stars that go overseas to bring that kind of touch of home to our service members there. And then finally, the USO's newest program is with transition. So in between each duty station, you know, we move our families and kids every 2 to 3 years. So giving those opportunities, whether they're moving between duty stations or leaving the military after 3 or 33 years, we provide some of that support on resume writing, interview preparation, how, you know, where to find housing. Here in Houston, we have people PCSing in, and it's huge. So do I live in Tomball or do I live in Clear Lake? It kind of depends on, you know, where your job's going to be, and you don't want to spend 2 hours in a commute.
That's amazing. You guys do so much. I never knew how much you guys were actually involved. That's what's so amazing. And you guys do a lot. How is it possible that you can help so many people?
Well, it's 100% our volunteers. So we have only 4 staff members here in Houston. We run 4 centers plus programs out in the community. Plus we fundraise our entire budget. And so without the 250 volunteers that we have that serve literally 365 days a year, Christmas, Easter, New Year's, there's a smiling volunteer ready to greet those service members that come through the airports or are on our base or at our MEPS location. And having that support, as well as the financial support from individual donors, makes it possible for us to do what we do here in Houston and across the world.
And I know you have so many success stories. Do you have one, a recent one that you can share with us that could just tell us the impact and the magic that you guys create through the USO?
Gosh, you're right. I have so many stories that have just popped into my head, thinking about all of those different pieces, but specifically, at each of our locations, I can come up with something different. So at MEPS, when families come in and perhaps they're saying goodbye to their 18-year-old kid who has never left the city of Houston or the state of Texas, and they're flying off to, you know, if they're joining the Navy, they're going to Great Lakes in Chicago, you know, being able to see our volunteers comfort those family members and kind of give them an overview of what they're going to expect, and how, you know, they may not get communication for a few weeks and it's okay. You know, they're learning things and they're going to come out the other side just a more respectful and disciplined person. And so I think that kind of is the essence of what the USO is. It's that bridging gap between a civilian population and the military population. And we have that opportunity to give that touch of home to the service members, as well as giving that opportunity to reach back into the military community for civilians.
I love that. You guys definitely are this bridge of love. So if anybody wants to help out to help you guys build out more, help more, how can they do that? If they don't have time to be a volunteer, can they donate? Or if they don't have to donate, can they volunteer? Like, how can we help you?
Yeah, I think I kind of look at it as a 3-prong opportunity. So the most basic thing is just share. So like you said, you know, I've known you for, a couple of years now, and there's no way that in our rush and hustle and bustle of meetings that I could give you all of this information. So just sharing what the USO is. Most people that are older than us think of Bob Hope and all of that, which is true, but there's so much that the USO does, and people, 35 and younger don't even know what it is. I was wearing a USO shirt out, and somebody asked me if I worked for the US Olympic Committee, and I was like, oh no, I don't. I know, right? You think it's so iconic, or I do, but yeah, so just sharing that message of the USO, getting involved with some of our campaigns. We've done things like Flex for Forces before, and giving people the opportunity to know that story of what the USO is. Secondly, would be to volunteer. We have so many different volunteer opportunities across the city. So at both airports, downtown, and on the south side at Ellington Field, as well as programs that are inside the community. So we partner with the Texans, the Astros, a number of businesses. If your business does, shirt campaigns or anything like that, we have some corporate opportunities for employee engagement. And then, of course, lastly, we raise all of our own donations and fundraising here in Houston that stays in Houston. And so being able to serve over 250,000 service members and family members is only possible by the donations that people make. So whether you're making a monthly $25 donation to go towards that service member programming, or if you make an end of year gift, or if you donate whatever it might be for your estate, etc. I mean, every little bit helps us to be able to serve. So with about $2 per service member, service instance that we have, you can see that just donating $2 makes a difference in the life of a family, a military family. So yeah, that's kind of the three-pronged way.
I love it. So how can they connect with you? How can we send people towards you? Where do they need to go? Who do they need to call?
So the easiest thing to do is to get on to houston.uso.org, and you'll find all the information that you possibly can about our social media is on there if you'd like to get involved with sharing. There's an opportunity to sign up as a volunteer or see what the different volunteer opportunities look like. We only ask that you volunteer 4 hours per month, so just once a month for 4 hours. So it's really not a huge commitment.
That isn't. Oh my gosh.
That's it. That's all that we ask people to do, just based on the TSA requirements to using your badge once a month. And so it's not a huge lift. Some people volunteer every week, but a lot of people once a month, if they can give that, it makes a huge difference. And then, of course, there's a way to donate or get involved, get in touch with me personally. My information's all on our website as well.
Loren, this has been awesome and so illuminating. I was probably one of those people that saw you walk by and said, oh, look, she's with the Olympics. Awesome. I'm so sorry. But now I know so much more about USO, and thank you so much for everything you do for all of our servicemen, women, and their families. And thank you for your service. And again, if you guys want to help out, houston.uso.org.
Yep.
So we got that. Okay, .org. Thank you guys so much for joining us today. Downtown Rotary Connects, of course, is here to help you. So if you want to do an interview like the beautiful Miss Loren did, which may I say, that was one of the best ones we've ever done. We are available anytime, so just messenger us. All right, guys, we'll see you later. Bye.
Thanks, Bye.
Bye.
This video was created by Tiny Sparrow Marketing. To learn how we can help the world see your business the same way you do, visit us at tinysparrowmarketing.com.